Welcome to The Peak, where becoming your best self is our goal. I'm Ashley Russo. On today's show, we'll take a look at a website helping teens in their time of need. Then, how a health network is helping busy professionals get good care. Finally, we'll look at a college helping veterans along the way. Stay tuned. This is The Peak. Let's learn from the ASR team why great audio is just as important as great video. How was that, Dakota?
Hey, this is Abby from ASR Media. Let's try that again. Can you hear me now? Okay, that's better. Hey, I'm Abby, and I'm from ASR Media, and I'm the senior editor. Not many people know the importance of good audio when you're creating a video, but bad audio can actually ruin a perfectly shot video. Check out the difference in sound between these two videos.
I think the Lehigh Valley is a great place to live and work because it's so diverse.
This video was shot in the velodrome at the Valley Preferred Cycling Center. In the first clip, we see a very beautiful shot, but it was a really windy day, so the audio didn't sound too great, until our production team used a windscreen to block out that wind from our microphone.
I think the Lehigh Valley is a great place to live and work because it's so diverse.
Hear how big of a difference that was? Some factors that influence audio are equipment, technology, techniques, and even just the environment that you're shooting in. If you want to learn more about audio and why it matters, head on over to our blog and read more about it.
Kidspeace is committed to providing its youth with resources for their mental health needs.
I feel like something's wrong with me. I feel like I can't interact with people and I feel like I don't fit in.
I blame myself every day for not being able to do more.
I have no idea how to fix myself.
And I just don't know what to do anymore.
Young people connect with young people. And so if they see somebody else's story that is similar to theirs, then they're able to kind of say, wow, I'm not alone. At Teen Central, we want you to know that you're not alone.
Kidspeace is an organization that's been around for 138 years. We're dedicated to providing mental health and behavioral health services for children and adults. Teen Central was created in 1998 as a direct response to try to provide prevention services to children in their homes.
We know that around 48,000 people annually die by suicide each year, and it's the second leading cause of death among young people. There is a need right now in our society for young people particularly to have a voice and really get the resources they need for their mental health.
It's very important that we have an outlet for teens to access services from their home or from their schools, or have a free resource that is safe.
All of our Teen Central counselors and administrators have gone through a training in order to provide support and resources and education for all of our teens and young people that write in.
I think teens like the digital platform because it's so much a part of their lives as it is. So it's really comfortable for them to reach out through a digital platform to find a voice. And I think it's also really helpful that they're anonymous stories that people can submit because they don't have to worry about if they're going to be judged, if they're going to be rejected. They have a very safe space where they can say what they need to say and they know they're going to get somebody answering back.
Teen Central uses a number of different volunteers to help respond to the stories that are posted.
Every story is reviewed by a counselor who will write a response and provide some information and respond to that person individually. And then that response is also reviewed by an administrator, and that counselor and administrator can collaborate.
So many times young people particularly struggle with telling their story, and it's their story to tell. So we empower them to be able to find their voice in a time where they might be struggling to do so.
I think if they're struggling to find the words to describe what it is that they're going through or put some language to the problems that they're having. They can go in and search by keywords. They can find other kids and other stories that kind of speak to what they're struggling with, and it helps them figure out how is it that I'm going to say this thing that I need to say.
Kidspeace has recognized that prevention and early intervention services are extremely important to the long-term outcomes of individuals that are seeking mental health treatment.
We're just one avenue. We're a really great, safe beginning to starting to get help and find support, but it's ultimately hopeful that they find people in their own lives that can connect with them and support them and help them be safe and healthy.
In our society today, there is still a stigma on mental health issues and diagnoses, and I think that if we can open the lines of communication about mental health and really have a platform to do so, it's going to better our society as a whole.
Amazing program, Kidspeace. Thanks for giving kids a voice when they feel like they may not have one. Up next, how a unique physical program saved someone's life. Stay tuned. This is The Peak. St. Luke's ExecuHealth is a one-day individualized physical program designed to help busy people stay healthy. Take a look.
As a doctor, most of us end up seeing 20 to 25 patients a day. In ExecuHealth, I get to spend the entire day with one patient, getting to know that patient personally, and I think that's a great way to get a better snapshot of their overall health.
I came here to St. Luke's to spend a day in a program called the Executive Health Program. My HR representative convinced me I should go. He said, you should go, they'll do a full checkup on you, and they'll investigate you in ways you've never been looked at before. And I'm probably sitting here today only because of that program.
Mike Barrett's a great guy and an interesting case and a great example of why ExecuHealth works. Here's a guy who comes in seemingly in excellent health, exercised regularly, no family history of cardiovascular disease. So he comes in for his ExecuHealth physical, and during one of our tests, the stress test, it showed a marked abnormality.
The very tip of my heart was not opening and closing the way it should. One of the arteries in my heart was blocked.
He subsequently had a cardiac catheterization at St. Luke's Hospital, and which showed nearly 100% occlusion of one of his major coronary vessels.
Because of the Executive Health Program at St. Luke's, I was able to have open heart surgery at St. Luke's, and I'm a new man because of it. I would recommend this program, whether you think you're healthy, whether you are healthy, because as I found out, you really never know. They made me feel at home. They made me feel cared for. They made me feel confident that they knew what they were doing and that they were all working together. They were all obviously on the same team.
Mr. Barr is a classic example of how St. Luke's ExecuHealth can save lives. For a busy executive, it's a great opportunity for somebody in one day to get a detailed snapshot of their overall health.
I met Dr. Liao almost immediately. Throughout the day, he stayed in contact with me. He was worried about this, just as worried as my wife was. And when the end of the day finally came, I made a decision to make him my primary care doctor going forward.
Mr. Barr is approximately 7 weeks out from his surgery. I've seen him a couple times since then and been getting all his reports from his cardiovascular surgeon and his cardiologist. All reports are he's doing great. I think it's important too to note that Mr. Barra doesn't live in this area. He lives up in the Rochester, New York area. So he could have very easily gotten his procedure, his care there, but he chose St. Luke's. And I think that's large part due to the compassionate care he received at ExecuHealth.
Joining me is Sarah Weimer. Sarah is the manager of ExecuHealth for St. Luke's University Health Network. Sarah, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Ashley.
For people who may not be familiar, what is the St. Luke's ExecuHealth program and who does it apply to?
St. Luke's ExecuHealth is a one-day health and wellness program geared toward executives or those who are busy and maybe they're traveling and they don't have enough time to take care of themselves. So they come to our suite at the Anderson campus, and it's a one-day comprehensive physical. It's preventative health, and it allows them to kind of step back from the usual rush of their day and really just focus on themselves and receive a head-to-toe exam.
I was lucky enough to participate in Executive Health a few years ago, and it is an incredibly convenient, relaxing day, actually, considering how much medical care you're getting. Can you walk me through how someone would set up the appointment, and then what actual things are done throughout the day? What medical care do they receive?
Yes, so Ashley, exactly what you just said. It is meant to be convenient, and that what might take 10, 12, 13 appointments is all done in one day at one location, and it's all same day results. So it's at our Anderson campus. You have a suite that you're in for the entire day, and your dedicated primary care physician will be with you for the entire day. So from the time you sign up, you choose your date, which is a Tuesday or Thursday. And then once you've chosen that date, we send you a medical questionnaire, which encompasses all of your medical history, and then also a menu option as we cater your breakfast and lunch in the suite. And something that's unique to the program is that all of your care team is coming to you that day. So you're not shuffling throughout the hospital. You're in your suite with the exception of cardiology. And then when you arrive on campus, we greet you, we bring you up to your room. You can make yourself at home upon your arrival and get your laptop set up, send some emails here and there, but really we keep you very busy with all of your physical tests. So you'll have a primary care physician that performs your physical exam. You'll also have a series of lab studies, cardiology studies, vascular studies, fitness, nutrition, and audiology. At the end of the day, you'll have a wellness review with your primary care, your cardiologist, and your radiologist, where they review all of your results with you.
Yes, Sarah, it really is such a comprehensive day, but what if one of those studies show that you need more follow-up? How does that work at St. Luke's, and can all of your care stay there?
So if something comes up from one of your tests that needs further study, our primary care physician or our cardiologist will put in the necessary order for that follow-up physical or that follow-up test, and then we can help schedule and coordinate that at St. Luke's. If it's something where you want to have it done, maybe a patient is from out of state, we always fax or send all of their medical records from their physical to the physician of their choice, where then they can do their follow-up care there. But if you're local and you want to stay within the St. Luke's network, we can help put that order in and schedule and coordinate that follow-up care for you to be done on a separate day from your physical.
It's great communication and coordination makes it really easy for people. Why is this a benefit to patients, but also to physicians?
So the integration of health is something that's unique to the program. It's very seldom that you have a primary care, a cardiologist, a radiologist, all of these key physicians talking throughout the day, reviewing your results, and discussing what's really the best option for this patient. And on the patient side, like we've discussed before, it's really the convenience of having it all in one day, the peace of mind. The program's really centered, like we've discussed, around preventative health. So we try to mitigate any significant health risks that could turn up later down the road. So for the patient, it's obviously their health and their time that we're being cognizant of. For the physicians, they really like that one-on-one time with the patient. Typically in a primary care office, you're maybe with your patient for 15 to 25 minutes, where here, they really get to see the whole person and spend 6+ hours with each patient.
Well, Sarah, for people who are interested, how can they get more information and how can they sign up to participate in the Executive Health program?
So you can do one of two things. You can go on our website, our Executive Health website, or you can call me directly at 484-503-0900, and I can discuss the day, address any questions, and then also provide some of our available dates to you.
Well, it's a wonderful service, and it's really very, very helpful. So thank you, Sarah, and the team at St. Luke's Executive Health for all that you do.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
Stay tuned. You're watching The Peak. Our community is full of artists, entrepreneurs, and business leaders. Let's take a look at one of our own and see what makes the Lehigh Valley a special place to live, work, and play. Hey everybody, welcome to Unscripted with Russo. I have one of my very good friends here today. Her name is Lissette Santana. She does lots of very important jobs for PPL, our power company locally, and she does lots of important jobs for our community. And I've just been so blessed to know her the last, I don't know, it's been 7 or 8 years at least now. So Lissette, welcome.
Really fast. Thank you for having me.
All right, so since you have 2 fairly significant titles, could you please tell us what they are?
So I have a dual role at PPL. For PPL Corporation, I am the Senior Manager of Corporate Relations and Sustainability. And then my other role there is overseeing the foundation. So I am the Chief Operating Officer of the PPL Foundation.
Which is such a big deal because the foundation does so much for this community, and you've been involved for a really long time. Really?
Well, since the inception of the foundation, which was in 2015. So it's actually really new, even though PPL has been giving back to the community.
You do so much in the community.
I know.
You know.
Yeah, we were trying to look back. We actually had this question from a reporter, like, when was the first time PPL contributed to the United Way campaign? And we had to look. We have this history book, and it was back like when we were founded in 1920. So since then, we've been active in the community. So
that's just continuing the tradition.
Continuing the tradition.
All right, tell me about what parts of your personality have served you really well, especially as a female in the workplace, a minority female in the workplace, and tell me what parts of your personality you feel like you've had to adapt or change to a circumstance.
So, and I think over the years I've definitely toned it down a little bit. My
mother calls it softening. If you'd like to know, Candy says soften.
I love your mom. She's the best. So anything she recommends, I will totally do.
She uses that word, which I like because a lot of times, people say to bold women, they say it in a way that feels demeaning and taking something from you. But when you use the word soften, it just, it feels gentle.
That is, that's good.
That's her
So I think I've softened it a little bit, but I definitely think that confidence helps me kind of get through. Like, I would walk into a room where it was like maybe 30 men. You have to be assertive. You have to kind of like present yourself in a way that they'll take notice.
What is your advice for young women who find themselves in that circumstance, which still happens quite a bit?
It does.
As to how to really have a voice and a seat at the table?
I just think you need to be, I was always prepared. So people wouldn't ever be able to say I was not prepared or, I didn't know what I was talking about.
You weren't going to give people any excuse.
Yeah, I couldn't give them an excuse for that. Like, so I knew, and I would always go into meetings prepared. Like, I knew what I was talking about. And I think that also helps with the confident things. Like, you're prepared, you got this. There's no reason for anyone to question you just because of your age or because of your gender.
Awesome. Well, Lissette Santana, it's been awesome having you here. Thank you for sharing your story and your journey and your words of wisdom. And thank you for all the amazing work you do, not only for PPL, but really on behalf of PPL and the community and all that you give back. So thanks for being here.
It was awesome.
All right, everybody, you've been listening to Unscripted with Russo. Until next time. For the full interview, visit youtube.com/thepeaktv. And don't forget to subscribe to Unscripted with Russo on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Moravian College participates in a Veterans Affairs program that provides resources for those who have served in the military.
I went into the Army right out of high school. I had about a 14-year break in service, and after 9/11 happened, I re-enlisted.
I am a U.S. Army veteran, and I was a military intelligence analyst.
Being able to, pass that legacy on to my daughter. When we talk about veterans, and she can say, my dad was a veteran, or we talk about Marines, and she can go, my dad did that. The pride and smile on her face is fantastic as well.
The transition from military service to campus life is a tough one. Moravian has been supporting our military as far back as the Revolutionary War.
Moravian College was founded in 1742. Moravian's history of supporting the military goes all the way back to 1777, when the Single Brethren's House was used as a hospital for soldiers during the Revolutionary War. Moravian College's Department of Veteran and Military Affairs offers support to all military veterans and their families, and provides assistance with everything from requesting a certificate of eligibility from the VA to registering for classes.
Moravian's been absolutely fantastic, and you don't just get a higher level education, you get an amazing atmosphere. You have a great community of veterans here that care.
Having Marilyn and just somebody to go to in direct relation to veteran services really helps make the school feel more welcoming. She's one of us, so she's a veteran and she understands and she really cares, and when she says she's going to do something, we know that she will follow through.
Moravian offers veterans and their families a safe and welcoming environment for learning and connecting with students, faculty, and other veterans from around the country and around the world.
So it's kind of creating this military base life in a college community.
They also give us a pretty awesome lounge where we get to hang out, meet other veterans, which is huge. When I first started, a lot of things were difficult to adjust to. So when things are awry or you're having a little trouble transitioning, you can talk to people who have the same mindset, who have been through the same things, who understand where you're coming from. And it's really built like almost a family here.
One of the main objectives is to assist you in taking full advantage of all the educational benefits you've earned as a member of our armed forces. Moravian College is a Pennsylvania National Guard Association's guard-friendly school and can assist veterans in maximizing their education benefits, including funds available via the PA State Education Assistance Program, the PA GI Bill, and the Yellow Ribbon Program.
They are part of the Yellow Ribbon Program, which is a federal program that allows veterans to get access to higher level private schools.
If the tuition costs more than what the GI Bill covers, the VA will cover half of the remaining balance and Moravian kicks in the other half. Our military and our service members support us every day. It's just our way of showing gratitude and thanks. It's putting action behind the thank you for your service.
Thanks, Moravian, for providing the resources necessary to help our veterans be successful. For more information on this or anything from today's show, go to our website at thepeaktv.com. Thanks for watching, and remember, every day is an opportunity to be your best self. This is The Peak. Oh, look how fun. Then, how a busy executive can get something. Finally, we'll take a look. I totally blanked, but I was there. No, big truck. Hold on. Our community is full of artists, leaders, and entrepreneurs. So one day, I'll do it with one. How about that? The Peak TV is a production of ASR Media.
Hey, it's Steve. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos.
To see more of The Peak TV, check out our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and catch us on WFMZ Channel 69.